Today I'm at Sledmere House near Driffield in East Yorkshire for their Spooky Barn event. We did this event last year and it's a delight to be back this year as well. In a moment I'll show you some highlights of what we're actually doing here with our owls. However, before that I'd like to go into a few facts about some of the mythology involved with owls going back various years. Now, even today there are people around the world who find owls to be part of superstition in one way or another. Some people believe they're to be an omen of bad luck, and there are others that think quite the opposite, that they're actually a good luck charm. You only have to go back about 300 years in Great Britain and you'll find that people did believe that owls were to do with witchcraft. The barn owl, for example, is a silent flyer, so if anyone saw that flying in the moonlight they thought they were ghosts, and if they heard them screeching they thought they were something to do with black arts, ghosts or witchcraft. And many people back then genuinely believed that owls were used by witches sent out to drink the blood of babies. Now, around the world today, some of these myths are still kind of resonating. For example, I heard a story once about a factory in Africa where these women went in and one day saw that an owl had got in, it was perched at the top, and they refused to re-enter the building until a priest came in and blessed the building. And that's just how serious some people take these myths. Some people believe that if you hear an owl hoot once, you'll get maybe a little ill, 2 hoots and you'll get seriously ill, and 3 hoots you'll die. Yes, that is actually a genuine belief of some people. And of course you can understand why. Owls are very elusive and mysterious creatures. It's one of the reasons people are so fascinated by them. It really wouldn't be an Owl Adventures event without a barn owl being included. So I've chosen Casper, the 6-month-old barn owl here, to attend this week, and he'll be here every day. And it is quite a benefit actually to have the same birds here every day for the 6-day run, because then those particular birds get really used to the building and are customised to the way we're doing things here. And as long as they're reasonably good on day 1, they're going to be fantastic by day 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So I'm going to start then with a very young bird. It's only about 6 months old actually. Here he is. Ooh, okay, so this is Casper, and Casper is a young barn owl. Now, barn owls are found all around the world, and they come in lots of different colours. You get them in different greys and even entirely black as well. But this is the common barn owl that's mostly white when you see them flying, but they have got the golden and grey on the back there. Now, I've hand-reared Casper from about 2 weeks old, so he's a hand-reared bird trained to fly to the glove, which I'm going to try and demonstrate now for you. Keep watching. There we go. The good thing about especially being indoors actually is I can cast him off, which is a technical term, and not worry to lose him up a tree. Sometimes when they go up a tree they sit there for hours, so I'd never recommend anyone cast a bird off when they're outside. You really want the bird to fly where it wants to fly to. But here I can probably cast him off in that direction and I'll hopefully get a bit of a flight. My witches are looking the right way, otherwise they'll end up possibly somewhere you shouldn't. I know, it's a very interesting barn, isn't it? There we go. Now, they are technically nocturnal, but barn owls do fly during the day sometimes, and if you ever hear a barn owl, it sounds a bit like that. The noise it was making a moment ago, well, it's just kind of a quiet screech, so a loud screech. You can hear it quite a distance actually. We got a bit of flying out of him. Should we give Casper a round of applause, everybody? Thank you very much. I absolutely love working with Henrietta here. She's 22 years old now. She's not only the bird I've known the longest in my career of falconry, but she's also at an age now where she can't really fly. Not really. She doesn't fly up trees anymore or anything like that. And this means that we can actually use her outdoors as a running around and a hopping on top of perches type of a bird. And we don't even have to attach any telemetry anymore, any tracking device. In fact, today, a bit like when I do most of the outdoor stuff, I don't even have any anklets on. She's just got her identity ring hidden inside the fur there. So she's a fantastic bird for these events because she likes to walk around, which people find very funny. I can also talk about the facts of an eagle owl, which are really amazing and really impressive, and she is a bit of a fan favourite with a lot of our customers. Okay, So this is Henrietta, and she is a 22-year-old Eurasian eagle owl. She's going to jump down to the floor. There you go. I'm going to get some food here and see if we can get her to walk around, because we do love how it looks when she walks. Let's see if we can get a little walk over here. She's making some noise. There we go. There we go. So most owls don't have those feathers on the head that we call ear tufts. You could call them eyebrows as well, or even horns like you'd get on a great horned owl. So most owls have a rounded head. But those that do have them use them not for their hearing, but as a communicating tool. It kind of shows what mood they're in. Little activity we can do to demonstrate how powerful they are. I'd like you all to join in. I want you to pick your strongest arm, whichever one you think that might be. Raise it in the air for me so I can see what you're doing. Come on, it's really easy this. We're just going to squeeze for just a few seconds, but really squeeze as hard as you can. Are you ready? Go! Squeeze really, really tight. Oh, okay, let go, shake it off, don't hurt yourself. Now, if we were to measure your grip, your squeezing pressure there are various ways we could do that, but we'll do it in PSI, nice and simple. If we were to measure you, you'd be an average of about 30 or 40 PSI. But if we were to measure Henrietta's grip, you'd be looking at about 450 PSI. That's how powerful their grip is. So aim for the head, crush the skull, quick dispatch, very efficient and powerful predator. Right, I'm now going to get her back in the box. So, Henry, can you please walk over here and hop back in the box for me? No, she says I'm going to have a poo instead. Yeah, we've got a rule that says the person closest has to clean it up, and that was you. I've no cloth, so you have to use your bare hand. Is that all right? Oh well, worth a try. Come on then, Henry. Come on then. No, I'll have to pick her up. Right, come on then, girl. No, don't walk away from me. That's not good. Don't worry, she's not going to get you. Oh dear. There we go.
Jump off.
She has been pretty good. Can we give Henrietta a little round of applause, everybody? Thank you. Now, we don't really fly any of our very small owl species. They are just for handling. However, a white-faced owl like Diego here can be flown free because he's not really, really tiny. When it comes to flying weights, we want to ensure that it's an easy enough bird to keep the weight at the right level. We don't want a bird getting underweight. We don't want to accidentally have too high a weight. And it is trickier the smaller the bird is. But as this particular species weighs around 7 ounces, it's actually not really, really tiny, but he is the small owl for this particular Halloween event, which I think you'll agree is a fantastic choice because he is probably the most exotic species that I actually have in my collection. I think now I should show you more of a small type of owl. Okay. Now this is Diego. He is a white-faced owl from northern Africa, and he is 5 years old. The smallest type of owl in the world, the elf owl, which weighs about 30 grams. That's about the size of my thumb. And that catches just insects. Whereas this owl's got feet big enough to catch a pigeon, if he wanted to. They mostly catch rodents, birds and lizards though. But this one is a really nice one to hold as well. So what I'll do, I'll go around, I'll start this side this time, and I'll go around with a glove. And if you'd like to have a hold of the owl, then you certainly can. Right, who'd like to hold the owl? You going first? Left hand, please. This one. Even though this event has been advertised to feature an owl show, I have brought some other animals along as well, including a selection of reptiles. I've got some snakes, a gecko, and even a giant African millipede for the children and adults alike to have a hold of if they wish. And of course, I've also brought a Harris hawk as well to finish the shows off. It's really quite difficult not to bring a hawk like Maverick here along because he's such a fantastic flyer, and I think he's going to provide a really exciting finale to the end of the shows I'm doing here this week. So this is Maverick, and he is a Harris hawk. Now what makes these birds unique is that in the wild they hunt in packs. They catch squirrels and rats and rabbits and things like that. But they also not just hunt together, but they share the food among the neighbourhood of hawks, and they'll even babysit for each other as well. Now that translates into falconry terms as a bird that's a bit easier to train and more reliable. So we're going to have a go flying him for you now in the barn. So I'm going to cast him off in this direction and hopefully he'll land somewhere sensible. So these sheets are put across as part of the decoration in here are clearly quite sturdy because he's on there quite nicely, isn't he? Now they're very visual birds, and what I'll do is I'll offer the food like so and he comes straight down like that. Alright, we'll send him that way. So he's gone a bit further this time. Now he's got long tail feathers there with those white tips on the end, and any bird with very long tail feathers is likely to be extra agile or quick. Now the hawk here isn't particularly fast. He's not like a falcon, for example, that would use speed as its killing tool, but he is very agile. They're very good at flying through woodland in the wild and other small gaps. Because of these beams and things, it's a very good place for him to fly because he can very easily work his way through the gaps like he does there. So in the wild, in the desert where they're native, they can use that eyesight to spot prey in the distance and then decide how they're going to swoop in and catch it. There we go. So the first day has gone really well. Everyone who's come and watched us really enjoyed it, and I'm really pleased about that. I've got to say the staff here at Sledmere House are really wonderful. They've even provided tea and coffee for us on tap, so to speak. It's given me an opportunity to bring on my Halloween owl mug as well, which I bought last year. I thought I'd have to feature that in a video somewhere. And the name, by the way, suggestion, Owlaween. A friend of mine, Brandon, suggested that. Thank you, Brandon. And a bit cheesy, but I think it works. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that video. And all that's left to say is, Happy Halloween!